LPT. You should try therapy, counseling at least once, no matter what your mental state is. It may seem like an obvious thing to some people, but I've encountered many people who have said things like, "I've no need for it," or "That's only for depressed people." I'm not depressed. You wouldn't allow a wound to get septic and infected before getting it stitched, treated. Your mental health should be treated the same. Sometimes even just having a judge-free zone to speak about things can help you process things in a better way than allowing them to manifest into something worse. Also, it's worth noting that a lot of people don't find a therapist or counselor that works for them on their first try. I found mine on my third go. Most jobs and schools have access to mental health services that you can get referred to if you just ask. Stay healthy, physically and mentally. Edit. Good points were made in the comments about everyone doing this could take away resources from people who may need it more urgently. Which I completely agree with, which is the reality of the state of mental health care around the world at the minute. I meant this more as in if you have access to it and it's feasible, then absolutely make use of it. Some companies and schools have their own counselors that their staff, students can make use of. Hopefully in the near future the demand for therapy and counseling can be met. We all deserve it. If you have no issues at the moment, please don't go to therapy. Your wound analogy works, but to prevent a wound from getting infected you do need a wound first. A small cut is something you can fix yourself unless you don't feel good about it. Going to a therapist when your mental state is perfectly fine would be like going to the doctor every week even though you're perfectly healthy. The current situation is that there are not enough therapists and counselors out there to even cover the people who really need their services. If you have a problem that impacts your life, then go and see a therapist, even if it seems small compared to other people's trauma. If you have no such problem, please leave the capacities to people who need them. As much as I agree with this, I've been turned away by many therapists. Think 7+ for not having a presenting issue and thereby wasting their time. Retta does like to paint an image of therapy as something everyone needs. And when I brought that up in therapy, the therapist is like, "No, you should really have something impacting your life adversely. If you just want someone to talk to, make a friend." It's sad that most people take time to finally land on fixing mental health issues. I personally find cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, very effective. An approach in filtering thoughts helps much in relieving unnecessary tension. Fighting anxiety and depression is very normal, yet it takes the courage of being vulnerable. Most people find it difficult to open up about their troubling encounters. It's important to change our paradigm towards mental well-being. My therapist said something to me that sticks with me every time I debate whether I should or not. She said that if I was ill with any physical condition I would go to the doctor to get it looked at. Why wouldn't I do the same with me mental health, as it is the exact same if something is not right? You need to get it looked at. Anyone reading this post thinking about therapy, do it. So many physical conditions are created by poor mental health, and sometimes if you feel ill, the cause is sometimes your head, not your body. I tried a counselor once. Basically kept telling to change my opinion and got offended when I didn't. Then I spent the next month thinking about if I'm actually an idiot for not changing my opinion and that I'm a horrible person. Lol. I second that. I've had to take therapy, doctor's orders while coming off psych medication, and while the withdrawal went smooth, hell, my liver was used to that shit after 10 years. I still learn a lot about myself, about how to handle crisis and difficulties and so on. In my opinion, it's hard enough already for me to find a therapist, and I really do need one. If suddenly everyone decided to go to therapy even though they're fine, people like me would have to wait even longer. Some people can't wait for that long. Most jobs and schools have access to mental health services that you can get referred to if you just ask. Cries an independent contractor.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.